So you end up getting stabbed when you were 17.
Right.
Can you talk about that situation?
Man, just wrong decision in the streets, being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Just being young, man, you know what I'm saying? You know, just one of them worst experiences in your life, that's all.
Now, when you got stabbed, that messed up your sports career.
Yeah, most, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they played a big part in it, you know what I'm saying? I ain't finna say they just took it away because, like I said, me and Dudley in the streets I was already, you know what I'm saying, following the wrong footsteps as far as going down the wrong path. So I ain't finna just say they just took it all, but they played a big part of sitting the deal, yeah.
Now you end up spending 4 years in prison.
Right.
What did you get convicted for?
I got convicted for aggravated robbery. They tried to put attempted murder on, but they dropped it.
So you got the name Wild while you were in prison?
Basically, just living, you know what I'm saying, in prison, coming out of prison, just moving and grooving. They seeing my energy out there, and then, you know what I'm saying, I was already a hyper kid out there, so it just made sense.
Now, what was doing 4 years in prison like?
You got to grow up fast. You got to be a quick thinker. You got to know how to be observant. You know how to read people a little faster than normal. You know, wising up, accepting things that you probably wouldn't accept. So, you know what I'm saying, you got to know when to humble yourself and when to attack. You know how it go.
How old were you when you got locked up?
I just turned 21.
21. So when you became a legal adult, you went into the prison
system. They bound me over to the system.
You know, what do you think, when you look at those 4 years, what do you think was the hardest part of those 4 years?
Man, not being able to take control of your life, not being able to make sure your kids eating right, make sure they living right, make sure they safe. You know, it's a mental thing, it's a mind thing, you know. That was the hardest part, just really keeping your mind strong and keeping your mind stable on what you need to focus on and what you can't control.
You know, most people, when they get out the prison system, they usually go right back in. You know, when you got out, what did you do to make sure that you didn't end up right back there again?
You know, I'm retarded, man, so I do the opposite of what everybody else do. You know what I'm saying? I'm stubborn. So, you know what I'm saying, me going back wasn't an option. You know what I'm saying? If I was going back, it wasn't gonna be no jail cell. So, you know what I'm saying? The only thing I had was this. It wasn't no going back to nothing. You know what I'm saying? It was one of them, you know, on the edge type of situation. So really it was drive and passion that got me where I'm at now.